Jesus. I was gonna make this video when MatPat actually made the announcement that he was retiring, but no. I always thought, right, I'm gonna wait until the day of the last theory and then I'm gonna make this video. And I didn't comment on any of his videos just because I wanted to make this video. I feel like what I've got to say about this is more something that has to be put into words and not some bullshit comment on a YouTube video. Because you can have a bunch of comments that will all say, oh, we're going to miss you. Yeah, that means a lot, but I think it means a lot more if you hear it from the person's mouth instead of their keyboard. And that's what I'm going to do. So, if you've never touched this channel before, hi, I'm Danimation. I'm obviously a YouTuber, I'm an animator, and I'm a huge game theory fan. I've grew up watching game theory and film theory and food theory and like style theory, all of that. Grew up watching game theory since I was like 10 years old. Jesus, that feels like a really long time. In fact, like, game theory was the reason I got into FNAF. It was the reason I got into Bendy. The reason I got into like Poppy Playtime. The reason that a lot of movies that I love became so much more interesting to me. A lot of the games I love. So after I play these games, or even hear about these games, like when Poppy Playtime came out, I'll immediately go and watch MatPat's theory and just go, there's a lot more substance to this game than I thought. But unless you've been living under a rock, you probably know that MatPat is retiring. And this day, March 9th, 2024, will be the last ever game theory. I was waiting until today to make this video because I kind of just wanted to sit back and enjoy MatPat's last few theories as a fan. But it's finally time to make this video. I've been stalling too long, and I'm finally going to say what I need to say. I know it's incredibly unlikely MatPat's ever going to watch this video, but I'm going to be speaking directly to him, my fan base, his fan base, and just the entirety of the internet. So starting off with how, like, why he's doing this. Like, why he's retiring. I know he said it in, like, his goodbye in that video, but I'm going to try and just make you understand this. And understand it from someone else's point of view. Someone who hasn't quite been on YouTube quite as long as MatPat, but someone who understands the daily grind of being a YouTuber. It is bloody hard to constantly think of new videos, and for someone like me, someone who's had their hand in so many different genres, who's mainly been an animation channel, but has delved their hand into comedy, delved their hand into reviews, done a couple of theories, recently has put their hand into the AI president's craze. It's hard to balance all of that out, and that's just like 4 different types of videos. MatPat's got 4 different channels to work on, and he's been doing this for 13 years. This started as just like a little small thing, so it's really admirable to see how much it's grown. But I also know what he means by just how hard it is to keep it all going. Like him, Stephanie, everyone. Like, they've been working on this for 13 years. It's become a huge thing, it's touched so many people, but when you have something that's impacted so many people's lives, but it's draining you like this, like, you have to make a choice. And I've been faced with this choice multiple times, even though I've only been on YouTube for like 2 to 3 years. The Danimation Horror Fanverse, biggest thing on the channel, has basically its own fan base, its own lore. I cannot tell you the amount of times I've thought about walking away from it. The amount of times I've just thought of making a video like this saying, right, hope you enjoyed it, the fanverse is done, Danimation is done, it's over. But I didn't do that, because I knew it would be a huge disservice to just see my channel just end right out of nowhere. So, eventually, I think I do want to retire, but that's going to be a long time away. And even if I do, I want it to go out on a high note. I want Left Forgotten to be finished. I want the fanverse to have its big final movie. And I just want to do the last couple videos that I want to do before I eventually retire. But again, that's going to be years away. MatPat's retiring today, and I wish him nothing but good luck. And I completely understand why he's doing this. Again, he has touched so many people's lives, but you have to make a choice. Do you continue to kill yourself just to give these people a little more entertainment? Sure, if they're having a crap day, it may, lighten their day up a bit. You have a huge fan base, fans that care about you. But you can't keep putting yourself through constant late nights, constant work. And for MatPat, I feel like it's that on a grander scale. 4 channels. His wife's been working on it. He has an entire team depending on him. And that amount of pressure for 13 years, it can get to you. MatPat has been a huge part of so many different people's childhoods. He's been a huge inspiration to so many different YouTubers, but I'm going to tell you this from experience. Passion can run out. Eventually, you can grow to just not want to do the thing that you want to do anymore. And I feel like that's what's happened with MatPat. But I am thankful that he's choosing to go out with a bang and not a whimper. I've seen a lot of videos just going, what is it with YouTubers retiring? Because MatPat's not the only YouTuber retiring. But I feel like MatPat has been the one that's probably going to hit the hardest. But I feel like we need to be understanding of this. I'm not going to throw in any jokes. I'm not going to swear that much. I mean, I have swore a couple times throughout this video. But I'm just going to do something that isn't really typical for Danimation. A typical conversation between you and me. And it's going to be serious. There's not going to be that many jokes. Not going to be that many cuss words. Just a typical civilized conversation about a man who has touched so many people on the internet. And now, a direct message to MatPat. I know there's probably no chance that you're ever going to see this, but thank you for everything you've done on this channel. You made my childhood and my teenagehood a lot more fun. You showed me that there was different sides to movies, different sides to video games, and tell you the truth, I've suffered with depression for a long time. Only recently I was diagnosed with PTSD, but going home and getting to watch a game theory or a film theory or a food theory or a style theory to cheer myself up every day, it meant a lot to know that MatPat would always be there to show me a new way of looking at fandoms that I love. And I want to say thank you for that, and I completely understand why you're doing this. Some people out there may be angry, like, oh, how could you do this? No. They don't understand the artist's struggle. I mean, over 1,000 theories. Over 60 of them just dedicated to FNAF alone. That is huge. That is just... that is a huge legacy. So, I think that people should be more grateful and look at the legacy that you've had on YouTube. The way you've affected all of our lives. And I simply just want to say thank you. And I completely respect your decision to retire. You have Steph, you have a family. Dude, you don't have to worry about us anymore. I mean, there's a whole new generation of YouTubers out there. People who have been inspired and affected and had their lives made better by you. So, thank you for that. And I completely understand why you're choosing to say goodbye, Internet. And I want to say thank you to all the Danimation fans. Obviously, this is not my retirement video, but eventually, when I finally step back, because I am going to say that day is coming. It's just very, very far away. But that day will come. And I hope that you're as understanding as MatPat's fans have been. So, MatPat, thank you for everything. game theory fans and the animation fans, I want to thank you all for being so understanding, and thanks for watching this video. I've been Danimation. Goodbye, Internet, and Danimation out.